Welcome to AminAcademy.com. In world history, let us discuss about Harshavardhana dynasty. Harsha was the second son of Prabhakaravardhana, the first important king of Pushyabhuti dynasty with its capital at Thanishwar. Pushyabhutis were the feudatories of the Guptas but had assumed independence after the Huna invasion. Here are some key events in the chronological order of the Harshavardhana dynasty. 590 AD, Harshavardhana is born. 606, Harshavardhana becomes king of Thanishwar and rules until 447. Huinswang visit India, AD 630. From 630 to 634, Harshavardhana is defeated by Pulikeshin II. Harshavardhana adds Bengal to his empire at 637. At 641, Harshavardhana establishes diplomatic relations with China. 647, Harshavardhana dies. Further detail, Harshavardhana was a member of Pushyabhuti dynasty and ruled from its capital in Kannauj. He was one of the India's most powerful monarchs in the 17th century. In 7th century, his empire stretched from Himalayas to the Narmada River and included Punjab, Kannauj, Bengal, Bihar and Orissa. After Harshavardhana's death, his empire dissolved and a period of anarchy followed. The later Guptas ruled over part of the empire. The dynasty's most notable ruler was King Harshavardhana, who is considered one of the India's most powerful monarchs of the 7th century. Harshavardhana empire extended from the Himalayas to the Narmada River and from Punjab to northern Orissa. He ruled from Kannauj, which was his capital. Harshavardhana was known for his benevolent policies and initiatives that aimed to improve the stability and tranquility of his citizens. He established institutions to benefit to poor, sick, and travelers. Harshavardhana was a patron of Buddhism and men of learning. He sponsored the chronicler Bana and a lyric poet Mayura. He also composed three Sanskrit plays, Nagananda, Ratnavali, and Priyadarshika. In 641, Harshavardhana established the first diplomatic relations between India and China by sending an envoy to the Chinese emperor. Further detail about Harsha. Harsha, born at 590 and died at 647, was the ruler of large empire in northern India from 606 to 647. He was a Buddhist convert in a Hindu era. His reign seemed to mark a transition from the ancient to the medieval period when decentralized regional empires continually struggled for hegemony. The second son of Prabhakaravardhana, king of Stanishwara, that is Thanishwar in the eastern Punjab, Harsha was crowned at age 16 after the assassination of his elder brother. Here, elder brother Rajavardhana and encouraging communications with the states of the Bodhisattva Avalokiteshvara. He soon made an alliance with the king Bhaskaravarman of Kamarupa and warned against King Shashanka of Gauda, his brother's assassination. At first, he did not assume the title of king but merely acted as a regent. After making his position secure, however, he declared himself sovereign ruler of Kannauj, now in Uttar Pradesh state, and formally transferred his capital to that city, though never defeating Shashanka. His large army waged incessant warfare for 6 years, conquering the five Indies, though to be Wallaby, Magadha, Kashmir, Gujarat, and Sindh. His influence extended from Gujarat to Assam, but the area directly under his control probably comprised no more than modern Uttar Pradesh state, with parts of Punjab and Rajasthan states. He attempted a conquer the Deccan at 620 but was driven back to the Narmada River by the Chalukya Emperor Pulikeshin II, bringing most of the north under his hegemony. Harsha apparently made no attempt at building a centralized empire but ruled according to the traditional pattern, leaving conquered kings on their thrones and contenting himself with tribute and homage. Harsha is known mainly, though, through the works of Bana, whose Harshakarita, Deeds of Harsha, describes Harsha's early career and of the Chinese pilgrims Yuan Shuang, who became a personal friend of the king, though his opinions are questionable because of his strong Buddhist ties with Harsha. Zhuang Yuan depicts the emperor as a convinced Madhya Buddhist, Mahayana Buddhist, though in the earlier part of his reign, Harsha appears to have supported Orthodox Hinduism. He is described as a model ruler, benevolent, energetic, just, and active in the administration and prosperity of his empire. In 641, he sent an envoy to the Chinese emperor and established the first diplomatic relations between India and China. He established benevolent institutions for the benefit of travelers, the poor, and the sick throughout his empire. He held quinquennial assemblies at the confluence of the Ganges River and Yamuna rivers at Allahabad, at which the distributed treasures he had accumulated during the previous 4 years. A patron of men of learning, Harsha sponsored the chronicler Bana and the lyric poet Mayura, himself a poet. Harsha composed three Sanskrit works, Naganada, Ratnavali, and Priyadarshika. Harsha's military conquest. King Harshavardhana, a member of a Vardhana dynasty, conquered a large portion of northern India during his rule, 606 to 647 AD, defeated Sasanka. Harsha's first military conquest was against the ruler of Bengal, Sasanka, whom he defeated and annexed his territory. Conquered Kannauj, Achichara, and Sravasti. Harsha expanded his empire southward, conquering these regions. Extended his empire south of the Narmada River. Harsha marched against the Chalukya ruler Pulikeshin II, but was defeated and had to agree to keep his empire confined to the north of the Narmada River. Conquered Punjab, eastern Rajasthan, and the Ganges valleys. Harsha conquered these regions, won the final expedition against the kingdom of Kalinga. Harsha won his final military expedition against the kingdom of Kalinga. Harsha's empire stretched from the Himalayas to the Narmada River and from the Punjab to the eastern coast. He is also thought to have resurrected the Bodhi trees. Harsha's government. The government of Harshavardhana, the Indian emperor who ruled 590 to 647 CE, was characterized by a decentralized and feudal structure. The empire was divided into provinces, districts, smaller territories, units, and villages. The administrative headquarters of the districts were called Adhisthana or towns. The personal supervision. Harsha personally inspected the territorial units to ensure order. The empire had a well organized bureaucracy. Some territories were feudatories but were still under Harsha's tight command. Harsha reduced the tax burden on the general public. Harsha reduced the state administration's expenditure. Officials were paid in the form of land grants and were compensated according to their jobs. Harsha reign marked the beginning of feudalism in India. His empire covered much of northwestern India, extending till Kamarupa, that is in Assam, in the east and Narmada River in the south. Economy under Harsha. The Harsha, the economy under Harshavardhana, the ancient Indian emperor, was marked by both decline and growth. Trade and commerce declined during Harsha's rule. This was evident from the decline of trade centers, the scarcity of coins, and the disintegration of merchant goods. The decline in trade negatively impacted the agriculture and handicrafts industries. Growth. Harsha promoted economic changes by investing in roads and rest houses. He also built irrigation system to support agriculture, which increased agricultural productivity and improved the lives of farmers. Here are some other aspects of the economy under Harsha. The revenue was collected through land and cash taxes. Land grants were made for state affairs, rewarding officials, supporting scholars, and charitable purposes. The craft industry was located in Varanasi, Mathura, and Kamarupa regions that were well connected by land and water routes become more important than older capitals. These new centers were called Jayagandhavaras, which literally means camp of victory. The craft industry was located in Varanasi, Mathura, and Kamarupa. Exports. The main exports were spices and saffron. Society under Harsha. Here are some aspects of society under King Harshavardhana rule. Social structure. Society was divided into four groups and the caste system was rigid. However, there was no social conflict between the different sections of society. Women's status. The status of women declined during Harsha's reign. Women wore parda, but women of higher classes did not. Dowry becomes common, and sati, widow immolation, was practiced. Remarriage of widows are not permitted. Harsha was a worshipper of Shiva, but later became a Mahayana Buddhist. He was tolerant of other faiths and he treated Vedic scholars and Buddhist monks equally. People lived a simple, pious, and peaceful life. They wore clean, simple white clothes, and their diet was mostly vegetarian. Popular forms of entertainment included chess, dice games, acrobats, and conjurers. Harsha promoted economic exchange by investing in roads and rest houses. He also constructed an irrigation system to support agriculture, which provided livelihood for most of the population. Religion under Harsha. During the rule of King Harshavardhana, India experienced a synthesis of Vedic and Mahayana Buddhism, while other religions also flourished. Harsha was initially a patron of Shaivism, but later became a devout follower of Mahayana Buddhism. He promoted Buddhism through assemblies, the construction of stupas, and the establishment of rest stops for Buddhist monks. Harsha was tolerant of other faiths and did not force his own beliefs on his subjects. Harsha organized religious ceremonies such as moksha, which was held every 5 years, and a grand convocation in Kannauj in 643 CE. He also celebrated a ceremony called Dana or giving in Allahabad every 5 years. Other other religions also flourished during Harsha rule. So far, we discussed about Harshavardhana and his rule. We have done. Please subscribe our YouTube channel.